Alex, how are you?
You intro. You host.
Give me the cat.
No, you're right.
I'm just going to fling him.
Sound. Welcome back, mate, from the last 5 minutes from when we broke. You good?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Yeah.
Nice shoes, by the way, mate.
Thanks, pal. It's about time, mate. Well, this man here,
I know. He's,
forcing standards.
mate, it's a joke, isn't it? Look how good looking he is.
How are you, Rick?
I'm all right, Alex. Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
So
Rick.
we'll start off with rapid fire.
Yeah. Oh, are we doing in the bins, not in the bins?
Where do you want to? Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Well, let's.
Cool.
I tell you what. Not in the bin. Can we do like a positive thing?
In the win.
In the win.
In the win. Let's do
So
it.
you came on Cub Camp this weekend. Just gone.
I did.
It was good.
Yeah.
Bringing all that nice positive donuts.
Yes.
Kids all loved it. I mean, are you all right without your notes?
I'm going to get them in a sec.
You can't. Well, just retain the information, mate. God, just me. Funny, mate. So yeah, my in the wind. So we went off for a walk with the Cubs, didn't we? We went and had a bit of a trek off campsite with them.
Yes.
You popped along with Barney.
Did. He had a great time. Still talks about it now.
Yeah, it was good, mate. It was a good afternoon. So my in the win is Nola. And parents won't mind me talking about this. In fact, they know. So we're on a walk, Rick, on camp. We'd always go for a bit of a walk, and this little stream at the bottom of the hill, and obviously the kids are all going in, and Alex sees serious Paul, where he's like, this is where Paul goes into, he's kind of like, this is all on me. If something happens to one of these kids, I'm up in court and all the rest of it. So we're following this stream, and I've gone with him, and follow this. It's literally that deep, you know. And then we get not for long, and then we get to a bit of a bricked area, and I'm like, it doesn't look right, that. In fact, that looks deep. And Noel just kind of walks over and just...
How old's Nola, by the way? Context?
9.5. And she just disappears. She's just straight into a well. Like, oh, here we go.
So for all the times where I've joked and said to you, I'll go fall down a well.
She very nearly did, yeah.
No confined space in place, Paul.
No, mate, it's shocking. But do you know, what's really funny is I went back and looked at the audience survey. There's nothing on there to say there's a well there, but there is.
Well, she found out the tough.
She did, yeah. But honestly, all in really good spirits. And
nice.
a dad's a mixed martial artist as well, which I found out. He's going to come and do a class with the Cubs. And
I'm going to come and kick your ass.
He probably, to be fair, I'll like I've done with your Steve before. Now I'll
take him on.
I'll take him on and just lose miserably.
Tell that story. That's a good story.
Steve, number one. So yeah, you and Steve. Is mixed martial art? Is that the right?
My brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm always the guy like, yeah, you couldn't fight me out, pay bag, Steve. And then we have a bit of a rumble tumble on the floor, and you meant to tap out, and I literally just let
you walk up,
put me asleep. Yeah.
So that was you tapping out, waking up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all for good fun, but yeah, sometimes I just don't know when to stop.
No, you don't, do you? No.
So yeah, that's in the wind. A good scout camp this weekend, all really good. And my in the bin is Mr. Flowers, because he's just comes into the office and yeah, look, he just dresses really good, doesn't he?
It does.
And he smells good as well.
Cheers, Paul. I got that close.
Compliments. Maybe blush.
I ain't got that close to smell it.
Oh,
I have to smell it off camera.
Knocks me sick.
What about you, mate? What's your in the bins and the wins?
My wins this week. So obviously I'm new to Adept Technical Services. Obviously getting a grasp of how the business is running, the engineers that we have, our clients. So just wins for me is just small steps in getting to know the business, getting to know how the lads work, small improvements, baby steps.
Nice.
They're going in the right direction. So yeah.
Conservative, I like that.
Very professional.
Yeah.
A few professional ones there. What about you in the bin?
In the bin, I think we'll go off work topic, and I think it's been unofficially announced that Pep's leaving Man City. So I think it's down.
No, I don't think he's got.
Listen, downhill for me.
As an Arsenal fan, it's not a good thing for football, him leading the Premier League. It's not. Well, it's a good thing that he goes somewhere else, obviously. But
yeah, but Paul, you're an Arsenal fan.
Oh, come on, you got on air.
You've got a season ticket at City.
There's more pictures
So
of him.
that's why we call him Purple Paul.
Purple Paul.
PP. Add it to the list.
But no, I am gutted, mate, that Pep leaves the Premier League. It'll be a sorry place without him. And City will be a sorry place without him as well, to be fair.
Oh, sorry for the Premier League.
That's what, of course it is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So on with Talk Sport, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really have any today, mate. In the bins and the wins.
You got to have one, Alex. Come on.
Well, you're in the bin. Is that not your wife telling you to shave your hair off after you just
Show it off, but yeah.
She's telling you not to do it.
Yeah, fair. We'll go with that for the in the bin.
She's correct as well.
Fair. When's your appraisal? Cool. In the win, I believe him.
Yeah.
For the opposite reason.
Yeah.
Right, so, mate, quick rapid fire questions
Yeah.
for you. We touched on these earlier, so you've had a bit of time to think about them, but give us your favourite holiday destination.
Favourite
Just so we
holiday.
get to know Rick a bit better.
Favourite holiday destination, I'd have to say Ibiza.
Ibiza?
Yeah, but the thing is, because
That's for you, isn't it, Shell? You're a fan.
my family man,
And me.
me and my wife, we don't go twice a year every year, but we like an adult holiday and a kids holiday when we can. So Ibiza with the wife, so we can chill and relax. And then the kids holiday, your typical, I don't know, Spain, Greece,
All
just
inclusive.
chaos.
Kids
It's not a holiday for the adults.
I mean, I've done a Ibiza a couple of times as well, and that's just as good for kids as it is for adults. It's a different side of the island. It's beautiful island.
There's all sorts, Paul, but I think
I know what you're saying.
and you can go at any age, because obviously people of midlife can still do a night in a club.
Wayne Lineker.
Wayne
Example,
Lineker, yeah. And then obviously the younger ones can go partying, and the older ones there's places to chill as well. So I think there's something for everyone in the beef.
Yeah.
Cool. You're on commission for Ibiza.
Yeah.
Good sales pitch.
Travel agent.
Takeaway choice. What are you in the missus go
Takeaway
for?
choice. Oh, that's a killer for me at the weekend. I love a takeaway. I'd say Chinese.
What's your dish of choice?
Well,
You on the salt and pepper trend, or
I like salt and pepper, but there's a Chinese takeaway near where I'm from in Manchester. Been about 30 years, and he does a dish called Billy Key chicken. Honest, it's
Chinese.
It's spot on.
what is it?
It's like a spicy sweet and sour chicken, but it's unbelievable. It's unreal. I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it's magic.
I know it's Rick's question, just a quick one on the sweet and sour. A friend of mine will be laughing at this. My dad used to make us sweet and sour as a kid. And then the first time I went to a Chinese restaurant, it was like an 18, 19-year-old. I ordered sweet and sour.
Tastes nothing like it.
And it came with flipping pineapples and all that. I'm like, what the hell is this? I literally had to swap dishes with my mate because I didn't like what I was eating.
Oh,
Little naive Paul.
just before we move on, I've gotten in the bin. It's you cleaning your ear with your finger.
Oh, Paul.
Doesn't it?
Well, it's not cleaning my ear. It's like more of an itch thing.
What do you do with your finger after that?
I'll
be wipe it off.
What do you do with it? I'm not even going there.
Wash his hand. How do you unwind away? Apart from city, how do you unwind away from work?
Unwind away from work.
Yeah.
Probably my life outside of work's more chaotic than it is in. Because of so unwind, I'd say just going for walks with the family or days out with the family.
Or whichever of the kids has got an activity.
Yeah, so
To do it.
I think what Alex is on about here, because I've got 4 children, and dad's taxi at weekends. So you've got football in the morning, dancing, acting, swimming on Sundays. So it's non-stop. So, but you know what that's like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. And we've already kind of covered your favourite pastime, but you're obviously a diehard City fan. You'll remember the Sean Gota days and Georgie Kincladze, won't you?
Yeah, well before that, to be fair. I think 1994 was the first time I went to City. So I'm not the new age City fan
No,
where I
all-
expect
all
to
the
win
guys.
every week. Yeah, we turned into your fan base, I think, Alex. But
That's it.
I'm a realist when it comes to football, and I always have that gut feeling that something's going to go wrong. But let's see what happens with the last.
115 charges.
Well,
It's gone away.
innocent until proven guilty, Paul.
Under the carpet. Yeah, another payment. What's go-to streaming service at the minute?
I go to streaming service.
What are you watching?
I'd probably say Netflix. When me and my wife get time to watch something very late on in the evening. I watched that Apex recently.
I can't go on Instagram without seeing him.
Oh,
It's literally everywhere.
I have no idea what it is.
I'll send you it. You'll see.
it's I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, but just for that one scene where he's dancing and he tells her to run, it's unbelievable. He's gone viral now, hasn't it?
Just a bit. And Sunday roast. What's your Sunday roast of choice, and what are you dipping your spuds in?
Sunday roast, so it's a bit of a tough one. I'd say a lamb Sunday roast is the best for me,
Same as Paul.
but no mint sauce, Paul.
Oh,
You'd have a.
what do you know about the mint sauce?
You'd have mint. I watched a podcast. You'd have mint sauce on
mate,
fish and chips. You.
Not fish and chips, mate. I always have it on a Sunday roast, but not fish and chips.
Chicken, beef.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what meat.
Yeah, but
As long as there's gravy on the plate, it's mint sauce.
I love a lamb roast.
Absolutely.
That's or
Never with mint sauce.
a free meat roast.
Free. Yeah. If you're feeling a bit.
Meat.
What's that carver word to? What's that?
Sober.
Not the Toby. Oh, What carving? What is not the Toby carving? What's the other one?
The one over by ID.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
Oh, phenomenal in there, mate.
Is it?
Phenomenal, the food, yeah.
It wasn't when you were getting your meat and I'd wandered off with the mint sauce. You're like, where's the mint sauce?
Where's the mint sauce? He's off up there. You were in with it with the guy behind the counter, weren't you? Rob my mint.
Anyway, back to you, Rick. Back to you. So, give us a bit of a backstory, mate. Who's Rick Flowers?
Who's Rick Flowers? In a work sense?
Yeah. Just a bit about, obviously, your background and what your new staff can come to expect.
Yeah, so my background is a bit niche, to be fair. So I work in the M&E industry, and where I first came into the industry was I left school, GCSEs. I had no prospects for studying college, uni, anything like that. So went to a careers advisor at school, ended up on building site as a pipe fitter.
They said, find a trade.
So I got sent to an interview. I had to get my mum to drive me there. Didn't know what the interview was about. On the piece of paper, it said it was going for a pipe fitter role. I didn't have a clue what a pipe fitter was. So went to the interview. Pretty intense, but I'd say, I don't like saying this, but I blagged it. They must have seen something in me. So the week after I got the job, and I was sent on a building site in Wales, a primary school in Wales. And going from school to a week with a load of middle-aged builders.
So this will be what?
Traded.
Mid-noughties?
2003 this was, September. But it was a real eye-opener, because you go from school, when I say cock of the walk, I mean like sport and comfortable. You've got your friends, you like football,
it's comfy.
And then you go to a building site, it's like, welcome to life.
It's only 20 years ago, but I'm guessing very different to what it is today.
Very different. The things...
Savage.
Is it that different, Rick?
Well, no, I think it is for how the guys treat you, Paul. Like, I think if they do what they did to apprentices back then, it'd be prison sentence. Prison sentence, but
we sat for a reach around
at the time. But I think at that time it was a different day and age, but they weren't doing it to bully you in a sense. It was more character building, and you didn't realise that until you got older. And some of them people I know now, I go for a beer with them, they're in the 60s now, and it was just the way it was back then.
It's like initiation, wasn't it?
Initiation. So you think, why are they all on top of me? They're sending me for butties, they're telling me to do like the menial tasks, but obviously it worked. So I did 4 years apprenticeship, so I was getting paid to work on a building site. I did college block release for 3 weeks and then a month on site. But learning a trade as you're getting paid and learning the skills on the job, I just think that's priceless. It's.
Do you think that, like you just mentioned there about the old school way of people sending you for a butty, or that won't be allowed today? They're priceless lessons as well, aren't they?
Paint.
No, but they are, aren't they? It's all them joking.
You're not going to learn, and I think they send these kids now to college and they do a plumbing course. You're not putting it into practice, and it's not real life. So you get in college, you get a make-up wall and say like, put a
toilet in or whatever.
Terrain pipe and get a fall on it, but you're not learning like drawings, schematics, all the different sides of
how to deal with people.
Yeah, quantity surveyors, ordering kit, meeting clients, working with the lads and the install, and that's the beauty of an apprenticeship, I think. And all my other friends went into college, into uni. You rack up a load of debt. And don't get me wrong, if you've got a life plan and you're going into a certain sector, i.e. education,
solicitor or doctor.
Correct. If you've got focus and you're going to go through 4 to 7 years of hardship and doing that, and you reap the rewards, fair play. But a lot of my friends did that route and ended up looking for a job after, then did something that they didn't even
tied to it.
No. So I did the 4-year apprenticeship, came out of that, worked on site for another couple of years doing install, become a senior craftsman. I had apprentices myself then, learning them. But the company I was with seen something in me and moved me into the office. So that's when, like I said before, you have that many avenues in a trade or a big business to go into. You don't necessarily have to end up staying on the tools. So I ended up being a junior engineer and got sent to further education then, which is something, looking back, I hated tests and education and things like that. But I did more when I left school than I did when I was there. But yeah, I wouldn't change any of that. But then from that, it was about 2008, and we hit financial crisis. Everybody, I think you remember, Paul, Manchester had that many cranes up in Manchester, and then over a period of 2 weeks, it just disappeared. There was lads being sent off site. There's no work for you. They had senior craftsmen like becoming taxi drivers and things. It was crazy time.
Yeah, it was. I remember it well. And I was working retail then, and the retail industry was
Really?
such a sausage. And the retailing, it thrived because they were getting all kinds of people in.
Yeah.
But that side of it, the building trade, just died a death, didn't it, for sort of 12 months, yeah?
So I got laid off then. That was one of the last phases of of being laid off in the company, because I was probably on a lower wage than the time served guys for many years. So that's how I transferred into maintenance, which is totally different to engineering install, which is construction, installing new pipework and things like that. So I ended up in maintenance, gas servicing, retrained as gas, did gas servicing.
Who was this with?
This was with it was the same company, Imtech Environ, but I moved to the maintenance department, and that's how they kept us on, because of the investment that they put into me. But he's working at Airbus in North Wales.
Oh, nice.
So I travelled there every day from Manchester just to keep work. I just got a mortgage with a house, so I had to take something. And then, ended up on the M&E maintenance side. So again, from that, there's different avenues. They seen something in me there, and I ended up being a supervisor of a team of guys. Transferred to Manchester Airport. Then again, learning construction, engineering, M&E, service delivery. Ended up on the FM side. So Poacher turned gamekeeper. I then became a facilities manager, which was a totally different ballgame.
Oh, change.
Yeah.
So
So
was that with the same company?
it was with Mag Airport, Mag Property, sorry, for the airports. So yeah, worked under, it was more corporate, shirt and tie, things like that. But working with those kind of people who, there's set procedures at the airport, FM, service charge, CapEx, total different ball game. And I took a real liking to FM. They took us on because I knew the airport portfolio from a service delivery side. So they thought, who better to get than somebody that knows our buildings better than us. So that's how we ended up into that. So just to round it all off, there was those 3 different sectors I worked in, which makes my role probably niche more than doing 3 separate roles of that ilk. And I ended up where I am today as director of Adept Technical Services.
You missed a little bit out though, didn't you? You didn't go to Cyprus for a bit.
Yeah. So
and then you cross paths with this lucky man.
well, yeah.
Pre-Cyprus, that was.
Yeah, I didn't want to go through the full 23 years.
No, I think it's important, Rick. We had a good relationship at number one. I think seeing what Rick delivered, he delivered number one Spinningfields from an M&E perspective, which was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the contractors that came in and out of there, Rick, was ridiculous, wasn't it, every day? Yeah,
so to where I've met Paul, I moved from the airport to NG Bailey and went to, I got offered a position, service delivery, on number one Spinningfields where Paul worked, security side. And then it was a shell of a building, wasn't it? Contractors fitting out each floor. And then we were brought in at the last, NG Bailey, we were brought in at the last bit of the build, so we could start maintaining the building from a base build perspective. Obviously, I crossed paths with Paul then, who managed logistically. You managed the building, didn't you, Paul?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, just having someone, because Rick obviously was working for All Plus then, working for NG Bailey for All Plus.
Yeah, they were that client. Yeah.
Who was managing the building, and just some of the, like, I'd be going to Rick, Rick, this guy, or the amount of people he kicked off site, or, you know, there's people just behaving and doing stuff in such a ridiculous way. So to have someone on site with Rick's experts, it was just invaluable. Taught me a load. It was absolutely great. I won't steal his thunder. I'll let him tell you how he ended up where he ended up. But I knew as soon as he was joining Adept what we were going to get.
Well, just to follow on what Paul said there, you've got a building there. What is it, about 350,000 square foot? Number one.
Yeah.
20 levels or 19 levels, but you've got a contractor base on there doing fit out, all different trades, all different personalities, male dominated, so testosterone is through the roof. They all want to do their jobs. You've got joiners, painters, M&E, mechanical fitters, electricians, labourers, project managers, and if a clash of personalities there. There's clashes within their own companies, never mind working with...
sharing a lift with 4 other companies or whatever that is,
So you can imagine, you've got to have your wits about you, haven't you, Paul? Everybody wants the same purpose to complete the job, but there's some habits of
it was hard. It was hard to manage that. That was difficult. But pulling, like Rick says, everyone's got a deadline. You need to finish it for that client, and just to manage that and the individuals, it was hard.
But Paul's role there is probably enemy number one, because
you're controlling who gets where.
Yeah. Lift and
it was
and routes, logistical routes. It's just
fun though. I mean, listen, your friend of mine, Ant Rothwell, the amount of conversations you used to have with Ant on an evening about what went wrong and what was that taught me a lot. Flipping out massively.
Yeah, well,
them first sort of 12, 18 months there.
Anthony's our client now, well, and he was back then. But I think Anthony, coming into his FM career, it was new to him at that point. He was a lot younger, obviously.
Yeah.
He's exceptional, his experience and what he knows now. But then, even though he was very knowledgeable, it was new to him. So I think
I remember.
I'd say all of us, Paul.
Yeah, I remember. I was stood in the loading bay with Ant. I've told you this story before. This guy just walks right past us. Oh, Paul. Ant kind of looks at me. And I looked at him. Was like, "You all right, mate?" "Yeah, what's your problem?" Like, we just spat on the floor. And what? He never came back in again. But that's the kind of stuff you're dealing with.
Fights in the stairwells.
Yeah,
weren't there?
It's ridiculous.
So fast forward a few years, you've done your number one build. You've then gone to Cyprus, and you come back, and then you're...
Yeah, so with the same company, this is what I say about opportunities you get with a big organisation. They come with NG Bailey. They become a position out in Cyprus overseas, working for the MOD or the DIO. It was Defence Infrastructure Organisation, and it was to work on the airbase at RAF Akrotiri over in Cyprus. So again, I never thought in my career I'd be working overseas, so went for an interview for that in a quality role. So I was signing off mechanical and electrical installations on a construction site. So yeah, left everything back in England.
I remember the conversation. I was scared for him. He was like I just can't wait to get there.
Yeah, it was like
2 young kids at the time as well.
Yeah, took them over there, put them in Greek school out there. Literally just went over, put all my items in shipping containers and moved over there. So yeah, that was within a month. So
it's just rad. Yeah. It's just absolutely mad.
Yeah, I thought at the time it was an opportunity I couldn't turn down.
Fair. Then you come back and then you take your role at Goodyard.
Yeah, so I came back and we touched on Anthony Rothwell before, who was our client at the time. He found out I was coming back, and he offered us an FM role for St John's, it was a series of buildings that were being constructed, a bit like a spinning fields, but more tech-based. Anthony found out I was coming back, so offered us a role of using my expertise from construction, help managing the base build defects on the building, with a view then for when the first occupiers came in, then I'd manage or assist with the fit outs for the occupier's contractor, tagging onto the landlord base build systems, and then going from that to the FM side of dealing with the occupiers direct, so the client relationships. So those 3 different roles that I took on board throughout my career came into fruition for that niche role for St John's. So
I remember Hank coming up to me one evening and saying, sort of like, he says, oh, what would you say? And you know how Hank was like when he was telling you something. So what would you say if I told you Rick Flowers were going to come over and head up MGY? I was like, no. He went, I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, how have you done that? But obviously the rest was, it was already done by the time Ant had told me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
So then you, I suppose that's when you kind of first came introduced to Sonny Adept.
Yeah.
And you became a hater of all things orange. I've heard, Rick, I've heard the stories. You hated carrots, the Dutch national team, you hated it all.
No, I think with Adept, put me on the spot here, man.
No, you don't, mate, I'm joking. But I mean,
Really?
No,
I'll be
you know what?
honest.
It's a good segue because Adepts, and I hate this, but we've been on a journey. So you've kind of seen what bad looks like and what good looks like now.
Yeah. So with Adept, so as part of the buildings at St John's, obviously, me and Anthony had to put together cleaning contracts, security contracts, M&E contracts. So we did tenders for all 3. NG Bailey, who I used to work for, just funnily enough, did the install. So we took them on to keep the warranties intact for the building. And then Adept became number 1 for security and cleaning services on St John's through with a tender exercise. So really enthusiastic, brand new site. We had to put a team of security guards together collectively with Adept, cleaners and a base build engineer, a static engineer for the site. So again, it was Adept at that time. I don't think I know what good looks like. I wasn't particularly involved in cleaning and security, but I know what clean is. I know what clean isn't. I know what security is supposed to be and the assignment instructions, what they're supposed to do. And I think they just plonked a bunch of
Bums on seats
to fill a void, which is the worst thing you can do. And that isn't just in security and cleaning, that is in any industry whatsoever. So
how long ago is that roughly? Like 6, 7,
2021.
5 years.
5 years ago. So it was a different regime then. Didn't really have the quality of guards and cleaners at the time. And yeah, in all honesty, I put an improvement notice in for the service. However, what I will give Adept, as soon as that improvement notice went in, and the likes of Nick Cooper came on board, Alan Briley came on board.
Was it 2021, Nick?
21, Nick.
Yeah.
Early 22, Alan. Late 22, me.
It was a revolving door when it came to roles. However, what I will say, hand on heart, Adept turned it around, and what it was then to what it is now, chalk and cheese. Adept provide over this last 4 years a grade A service, and there's the team.
Nice little segue, mate.
The teams now on those sites. The purpose built. They work together. They're collaborative. They deal with the client. I'm not there anymore, as we'll go on to deal with the client. If anything happens, they all work together. All those functions work together, despite scenarios. They know all of the assignment instructions. They know what the client wants, and that was down to Adept. Paul came on.
1 month ago.
12 months next month, yeah.
Well, you was already with Adept, weren't you,
Yeah,
Paul?
yeah.
And he's just gone from strength to strength.
Mm.
And yourself, Alex.
Thanks, mate. It's very kind of you. I was sat in the KPIs last week with Kev and the week before with yourself, with Natalie, who's replaced yourself. It was really nice because I think, hand on heart, we haven't always delivered a good service there. I think you were quite a headstrong client. Like I said, you knew what good looked like, you know what shit looked like. And you were never backwards in coming forwards and telling us that.
I'm fairly.
And fairly in the right way as well. I'm just curious. So obviously, Adept acquired Agilis last November. That first conversation that you had with maybe Nick or Suresh or whoever, what were your initial thoughts? Because obviously you've been MGY for a good amount of years.
Yeah, so I think the plan for me, because my role is so niche, I'm not your typical FM or building manager or property manager where I'd sit in a building when it's going well. I'm personally, I like a challenge and delving into technical issues, and I've got a passion for service delivery. So I wasn't looking for anything. However, an opportunity presented itself through Nick and through his seniors to head up a different side of Adept. So they acquired Agilis, which is a mid-size M&E service delivery maintenance company. So an opportunity came to grow the business, not only to grow the business, but work on the operational side. And I love a challenge. I've always worked for big businesses or national and international companies where everything's set up for you, but you're more of a number rather than someone who can make a difference. Obviously, you get good and bad operational people in those sectors, but this was a challenge where I could make an actual difference to a business.
Hard change.
Correct, a positive difference. So my ethos, I'm not sales driven. I'm not a salesperson or anything like that. I can sell services, but my passion is service delivery, technical knowledge, and applying that into the field of facilities maintenance.
I think that's one of the reasons why Adept's on such an upward trajectory, because you don't have bullshit salespeople who are going in promising the earth and delivering the square root of nothing. It's the salespeople is us, the operators. I think it, when Paul and I sat with yourself when you were meeting Deborah at APAM, and came away from that feeling like this guy knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I didn't doubt that you knew what you were talking about anyway, because you've got the role for a reason.
Well, I said to you walking out there, didn't I? I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to bloody do this. Do my head in. You sat there. Sorry, you sat there, didn't you? We walked out that room, and we were both. I said to you, I was like, we didn't even need to.
Yeah.
And it's not that we're going there to hold Rick's hand. Deborah's a.
She's a real thing. You're not letting that one go, are you?
Deborah's a really good client, and got a lot of time for Deborah. So when we, this is an opportunity for your services to be used. Yeah, but yeah, you blew it away in that meeting. I remember being told that Rick was joining the Adept, and I was like, no, it's not going to happen. I'll believe it when I see it. And then it's like, boom, here we go.
Yeah.
But it's from a service delivery point of view, having Rick there, and then backing that up with his knowledge and what he's done, it's only a positive 26, 27, 28, you know.
Nice segue to the next question. Kind of like, we turn over what, about 2 million, is it?
Yeah, it's about £2 million business.
What's the plan? What are you thinking?
2.1 million. No,
you've already got that with chat.
Yeah. No, I haven't been tasked on a
specific number.
Yeah, specific number, because you can always win contracts and turn that number into 3 million, 4 million, etc. But it's about retaining the contract. So you can't just go and get another £1 million contract if you can't deliver it. So it just makes no sense, because they'll just end up turfing you off. You're not conforming to SLAs. You're not conforming to KPIs or the contract literature itself. So what you're best doing, or what I think, is getting the fundamentals right in the business to show that you can deliver it, which we can do. We've got some great people at our place. I can vouch for all the engineers.
Some really good engineers.
Katie, contracts manager, Zoe, service coordinator in the office. Some great people. We've got the right people there. It's just turning all the processes, procedures, ethos, quality that I know from these big national companies, and putting it into Adept Technical Services, which we're on our way. And then the proof's in the pudding. You win the contracts, and you show that you're just not talking about the hot air. You're actually delivering it. And the beauty of my experience is, because I was an ex-FM, I understand what the client wants. So I don't want. They talk about enhancement and these add-ons to FM, but it's so facilities management is so simple. You just want back to basics, facilities management, service delivery. You want your compliance certification in on time. You want your PPMs booked in, your planned preventative maintenance. You want your reactive jobs completed so there's no detriment to the building you're looking after. It's so simple, but these service delivery companies just don't think that way. They think somebody's chasing the next big thing, but they're really not. It's a bit like going back to football with Pep and football, back to basics. That's what people want to see. And that's what we try to deliver. Just no airs and graces, just pure technical service delivery. And a bit like yourselves, I didn't say before, I think I fit in with you guys because you're actual people, you're not robots. You get when I've seen you talking to clients, it's like you can do KPIs for a brew, have a laugh, but get the nitty gritty done, and people trust you.
But it's backing it up afterwards, Rick.
Yeah,
I mean, we've had awkward conversations before you joined, and we've known each other 8 years.
Yeah.
And it was awkward conversations that needed to happen, and I needed to show to you that we'll deal with whatever problem you had on site, and that's the same with you in your industry as well.
Yeah, as much as straight to the point. I'm not a fluffy person where
Really?
I'm straight to the point, but I'm not being an ass about it. I'm happy to have a coffee and chat things over, but end of the day, we're here to do a job and get things done. You guys do get things done, and then I'm happy to have the laughs and the jokes. And this is back when I was a client, by the way.
When you hated us.
No, but
It's a strong word.
Really good. It is a really good part. There's ways and means of going around and having relationships with clients. And I was at Warrington bus station last week, the week before, and you're sitting having a coffee, and it's not just having a coffee and a chat. That's the nice thing about it. But then it's getting the bits of information they want and coming away speaking to you and basically offering that service back again.
Yeah,
and that's what Rick will do in an abundance, and you do. Katie and Zoe, they're great. I mean, Katie tells me enough times, "Shut up, Polly, too happy." So now we're just too loud. Now I just have to just give her a high five. I think she's happy with that, and Zoe's great as well. Really, really down to earth, nice people.
Yeah, but they get
the job done.
For them, but they get stuff done.
Yeah, well, that's right, and that's right, Rick.
Yeah,
and you say, mate, they get shit done. They do.
I think it's empowering them as well to kind of trust them that they can do the job as well. Like I've noticed a bit of, probably they weren't performing before because they were, but I don't know, there just seems to be a bit of a spring in the step since you've come in, which is really, really nice to see.
Direction.
And I was chatting to Mark down at Leeds Docks the other day, and he's just like, I mean, he's still on cloud nine.
He's great, Mark,
but no,
top engineer.
Yeah, great lad.
So just to finish off, mate, what would, if we would sit here in December, what would good have looked like for part of year one for you?
Year one for me. So again, even though I'm tasked to grow the business, I think retention is key for the contracts that we look after. I've made a conscious effort to meet around 85% of our portfolio while I've been here, and I will get round to the other 15%. I want the team, not only the engineers but the office team as well, to see the direction that we're going in, and we're not looking back, we're going forward. Offering basic, well, not basic, but back to basics service delivery. Them to buy into the direction, the ethos that I want the business to go in. But also, it would be nice to win. Well, we've already won quite a few contracts, but
we're having positive conversations, aren't we, already with our client base?
Yeah. But to not to have him signed on the dotted line, but to be having those talks as we're gradually heading in the right direction. That'd be a successful 2026 for me and the books to look ahead of plan.
Nice. It's very exciting. I'm very excited. When Nick first muted the conversation to me about you coming over, I thought, yeah, that's a good move. Really good move.
We had a really good discussion about it, didn't we? We obviously all positive about you, Rick, obviously, but you just kind of like, Rick touched on it there about the positivity of having them right individuals in the right points of the business.
So,
And I know if I was struggling with something, whatever that was, and even though Rick's, it's big, just like you know, it's the environment where everyone, there's no one here holding a gun at someone's head. Everyone's going to support each other, and it's a really good appointee. Really, really, really good.
It's the same. Obviously, your industry is security and cleaning as well, and it's the same. It's the same fundamentals in any sector. M&E is exactly the same. You need the right people, the right culture,
and as good as your people.
the right leadership, and you need to be open for those conversations and people